Hello, friends. The name of this story is Oversmart. I am Oversmart. Okay, so what does this story say? In a village, there was a farmer who had watermelon fields. And he was known for the best quality watermelons that anybody could have seen in this village. And his watermelons were sold at a very high price. But this farmer had a strange habit. Every time when the watermelons were ripe, he would invite small children from the village and ask them to pick up the best watermelon that they wanted. And the boys and the girls, they would pick up huge, big watermelons and he would say, you sit and eat it. You sit and eat as much as you want. But you have to learn one thing. You cannot litter the seeds everywhere. You have to keep the seeds with you and I'll give you bottles. You'll have to fill all those seeds in the bottle and give me back. Children were happy and they learned a very important thing that you should not throw seeds and things like that after eating here and there. So they developed a good habit as well. And they would collect the seeds and give it to him. And while going home, he would give them a few watermelons which were maybe a little bit lesser quality than the ones which they had eaten and said you can take it home for your family. So everybody was happy. But what this man would do is, he would plant these seeds again in the field and again he would get a crop of the best big sized watermelons in his field. After a few years, when he became old, he told his son that you have learnt how I go about it. Why don't you take over? Son said, happily. What is there in this? I will do it. Son was full of himself. He said, now I will show my father what business really means and how one should do business. My father is a good man at heart. I know that. But he's so simple. I think he does not have much business sense. Look at him. Every time he's giving the best watermelons, which would have fetched the highest price in the market, to these small children to eat, and they are eating and they anyway, that was the way my father handled his business. I know what I have to do. I belong to this generation. I'm much smarter than them. So he also continued like his father. Every time he would also, when the watermelons were ready, he would call the children and he would say, no, you all don't please touch it. I will give you watermelons. Each one of you will get, don't worry. And you remember the rule. You have to put the seeds in the bottle the way grandpa has taught you all. They said, yes, of course we will do it that way. And then you would know what he would do. He would pick up small, sickly looking, the worst watermelons which were there in the field and give it to the children. The children were children. They got a watermelon, they were happy. And they ate it, they collected the seeds and they gave it to him. He would then plant the seeds again like he had seen his father doing, but he would sell the best watermelons in the market where they would go wherever they were sold and they were not with him anymore. The seeds were not with him anymore. Now, after 2-3 years, he realized that the business was going down. His finances were in trouble and the quality of the watermelons that he was growing were absolutely not like the ones which his father would be growing year after year. He was really perplexed. He didn't know what went wrong. He was following the steps like his father. One day, one of his father's friends, he also had realized that what actually happened. Why did the quality of the watermelons go down so much? Nobody talks about his farm anymore. And look at the state of his finances. What is going wrong? So he came quietly and he was observing what was happening in the field. And he saw the children came happily. And this boy, his son, he would pluck the worst, small, sickly watermelons and hand it over to each child. Children being children, they happily ate, they gave him the seeds, and he later found out that these were the seeds which the son was sowing. Friends, we've all heard, you shall reap what you sow. So whatever he was sowing, that was what he was reaping. And that is the reason his business was suffering. And he was thinking that he understands business much more than his father, and he would show him how a business needs to be run. Well, the story ends here. What does it say to us? What should we learn from this? What I learn is that yes, one needs to be smart. You can bring changes. You do not need to keep on following what the elder generation has done. But you should be smart enough to understand the wisdom behind their actions. You cannot just criticize your elders and say, what do they know? I know more. That is being oversmart. Smartness is good, but oversmart, you will have to face the consequences. In our work front also, many times, we feel that look at this person, he is so meticulous. Every step he has to follow that has been told to him. And then by the end of the day, he has ticked off everything and he has completed his work. Why does he have to work so hard? Look at me. I am so smart. I go for my smoke. I go for my coffee. I sit and listen to some news or something that I like on my headphone. And then I work because, men, is it really required to do everything the way you have been told to do? Arey sab chalta hai, as they say, everything goes. That attitude always helps you to live nicely, to go about anything you do very smoothly and still finish it. But soon we find that these are the people who are not coming in the limelight. People, their seniors, are finding fault with their work and they're wondering that what is your problem? The steps were told to you. If you did not understand, why did you not ask? But it was not the question of not understanding. It was the attitude which they had that everything goes. Is it really required to do everything so perfectly? But when there is no perfection, your work is going to suffer. And when your work suffers, that is the way you are rated. This is what happened with that boy, that son of the farmer also. He followed the steps, but he missed out the wisdom that the father was not allowing the best seeds to go away. He was planting the best seeds, so his produce was the best. So friends, this is what this story teaches me, that learn to appreciate the wisdom of the elders, take the best from them, bring some changes if you want, but cutting steps, somehow managing, somehow completing the work never helps. It always pays to be meticulous, to be focused, to pay attention, to follow the rules which you have been asked to follow, and then you will find you will be respected and nobody will be able to find fault with your work. What is the point of working if you do not earn respect wherever you're working? And obviously your finances are also related with that. This is what the story teaches me. I wonder what it teaches you. But to even find out that what it has to say to you, you need to listen carefully, interpret, adapt what you feel is worth adapting, and help yourself to grow. And for that, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. A little about the institute. The name of my institute is Mrs. Surabhi Banerjee's Spoken English Classes, established in the year 1980. This is an institute where we help people to enhance their communication skills. We teach them to think, to express themselves the way they want, and understand the meaning of complete communication skill in English. So, we have classes online as well as offline. The name of our basic program is Enhance Your English. And our client list comprises of entrepreneurs, professionals, students aspiring to grow, to crack interviews and really grow in life, homemakers, and people from different walks of life. So if you wish to enhance your effective communication skills in English, please feel free to enroll. The contact number is given below. Thank you.